They say the stubborn fly follows the corpse into the grave. But what happens when the corpse is the person you promised to love forever? And what if the reason they're gone is a piece of bread and your own pride? Today, we are going into the heart of a modern Nigerian home in Lagos to witness a tragedy that didn't start with an affair or a betrayal. It started with ego. This is the story of Tola and Amoka, and a lesson on why winning an argument might mean losing everything. Welcome back to Storyverse Chronicles. We often talk about marriage goals, but we rarely talk about the silent killer of Nigerian homes, pride. We call it shakara, we call it having a stand, but in reality, it's a poison. In this video, we are analyzing a story that has haunted many, the story of a petty morning disagreement that turned into a lifetime of regret. We'll look at the psychology of the silent treatment, the danger of the stubborn fly syndrome, and how to identify when your ego is taking the driver's seat in your relationship. Before we dive in, if you believe that love should always be bigger than pride, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Now, let's go to Lekki, Phase 1. Meet Tola and Amoka. To the outside world, they were the gate couple. Tola, a hard-working architect, Amoka, a rising star in digital marketing. He called her my only one. She called him my happiness. But inside their beautiful apartment, a cold war was brewing. For 3 days, not a single word had been spoken. Why? Because Tola had forgotten to pick up Amoka's dry cleaning, and Amoka had responded by locking up. Have you ever gone more than 24 hours without speaking to your partner after a fight? Let me know in the comments. I want to see how common this silent treatment really is. On this specific Tuesday morning, the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Amoka was making breakfast, hot milk tea and fried eggs. Tola sat there, waiting for his portion. But instead of the usual plated meal, Amoka placed a loaf of bread on the table, ripped a jagged, messy piece off for herself, and pushed the rest toward him without a word. Tola looked at the bread, scattered crumbs everywhere, and then at her. He felt that familiar heat in his chest. Not just anger, but a physical tightness. He wanted to say, Amoka, please, let's stop this. But his ego whispered, why should you speak first? She's the one being petty over bread. There's an old proverb, if you are filled with pride, then you will have no room for wisdom. In a modern Nigerian marriage, we often treat our partners like opponents. We want to win the morning. We want them to see pepper so they'll learn a lesson. Amoka thought she was teaching Tola a lesson about responsibility. Tola thought he was teaching Amoka a lesson about respect. But here's the biological reality Tola didn't know, that tightness in his chest wasn't just a stress. Tola had a pre-existing heart condition he'd been managing quietly. The stress of a 3-day silent war was doing more than hurting his feelings, it was straining his heart. She saw his hand shake. A small part of her felt a pang of worry. But her ego stepped in, he's just acting. He wants me to pity him, so I'll apologize first. I won't fall for it. This is the stubborn fly moment. A boat cannot go forward if each person rows their own way. They were rowing in opposite directions, and the waterfall was right behind them. Tola finally spoke. His voice was a rasp. Amoka, please. Help me. My chest. Oh, so now you want to talk. Because you want me to serve you the bread properly. Tola, find another person to play that game with. I'm going to walk. She walked out. She had a thought behind her, but she told herself he was just throwing a tantrum, dropping a book or slamming the table to get her attention. She got into her car, drove through the Lagos traffic, and listened to Afrobeat hits to drown out the nagging feeling in her gut. She thought, by the time I get home tonight, he'll be so tired of being alone that he'll finally apologize. But as the proverb says, the stubborn fly follows the corpse to the grave. Titi was being stubborn, but she didn't realize she was the one walking her husband to his. Amoka returned at 7 p.m. The house was eerily quiet. Tola, she called out, her voice slightly playful now. Are you still acting your drama? No response. She walked into the dining room. Tola was still in the chair, slumped over the table. The tea was cold. The eggs were spoiled. And Tola was gone. The autopsy would later show a massive cardiac event. The doctor said that if he had received help just 10 minutes earlier, if someone had called an ambulance when the pain started, he would have lived. The drama she thought he was playing was his final plea for life. The silence she used as a weapon had finally turned into a permanent silence she would have to live with forever. Pride tells you that you are protecting your dignity. But in a marriage, pride is just a wall you build until you can no longer see the person on the other side. Amoka lost her lover over a messy slice of bread and a dry cleaning bill. Was it worth it? Is your current argument worth the risk of it being the last thing you ever say to them? I want you to do something right now. If you're in a silent war with someone you love, a spouse, a parent, a sibling, send them a message. Just one word, hello or I'm sorry. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. If this story touched you, please give this video a like. It helps the algorithm share this lesson with others who might need to hear it today. Share this with a friend who needs a reminder to choose love over ego. Remember, the grave has no room for apologies. Speak now. Love now. I'm your friend, and this has been Storyverse Chronicles. I'll see you in the next one.